Everything seemed perfect, until a shadow from Maria's past came knocking. Just days before her dream wedding, secrets, threats, and unexpected revelations begin to unravel the peace she fought so hard to build. As love and loyalty are put to the test, Maria must make a choice that could change everything. Will the life she's built survive what's coming? Or will it all come crashing down? Hello, story lovers. Welcome. Before we dive into today's episode, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. It would help out the channel. Your support means the world to me. Drop a sweet comment below and let us know where you are watching from. The Ellison mansion looked like something out of a magazine. Ornate iron gates, ivy-lined walls, fountains that shimmered under the twilight sky. As Noah helped Maria out of the car, her palms were already sweating. Her soft beige dress hugged her body gently, hiding the small but noticeable swell beneath her ribcage. She hoped. Her heart pounded harder with every step they took toward the grand entrance. She had never felt more nervous. And yet, Noah's fingers laced through hers, grounding her. "They're going to love you," he whispered. But Maria wasn't afraid they wouldn't love her. She was afraid they would, and that her secret would shatter it all. Inside, the house was even more breathtaking. Crystal chandeliers, mahogany staircases, walls adorned with art older than her entire family line. Noah's parents, Richard and Evelyn Ellison, greeted her warmly. Richard, tall and regal, had a quiet air of intensity. Evelyn, elegant with silvery blonde hair and piercing eyes, studied Maria a second longer than necessary before giving her a gentle hug. Dinner was served in a formal dining room under dim golden lights. Grilled sea bass, lemon risotto, roasted vegetables arranged like artwork. Conversation flowed. Noah was relaxed. His parents asked Maria about her background, her work, her vision for the future. She spoke with grace, though every smile she forced grew heavier with the truth pressing against her chest. "Now," her heart whispered. "Say it now." But she waited and waited. Until dessert arrived, mini crème brûlées in porcelain cups. That's when Evelyn asked, "So what brings you to Ellison Cruises, Maria? A friend of Noah's?" Maria's hand trembled slightly as she set down her spoon. Her eyes flicked to Noah, who looked at her, smiling, trusting. She couldn't carry it any longer. It was time. I wasn't going to say anything tonight," she began, her voice soft yet steady, "because I didn't want to make this dinner about me. But I can't lie anymore." The table fell quiet. Noah leaned in. "Maria." Her eyes shimmered. Her fingers clutched the fabric of her dress near her lap. "I'm pregnant." Noah's breath caught. Evelyn gasped quietly. Richard's brows furrowed. Maria looked straight at Noah, tears brimming in her eyes. "And it's yours." Silence crashed across the room. Noah stared at her, stunned, his face a blur of shock, awe, and emotion too layered to name. Maria pushed forward. Her voice cracked, but her soul spilled out. "I didn't know for sure at first. The doctor told me I had a disappearing pregnancy, and I thought I lost everything. But weeks later, I started feeling changes, real ones. I took another test, then a blood test, then the first ultrasound." She swallowed, voice trembling. "I wanted to wait, to make sure it was real. And then it just kept getting harder to tell you the longer I waited." A single tear slid down her cheek. "I understand if you're angry, if you feel blindsided. But I had to tell you the truth before we went any further. before I fell any deeper in love with you." Noah stood slowly, his chair scraping softly against the floor. He came around the table without a word and gently pulled her to her feet. For a heartbeat, she thought he might walk away. But instead, he wrapped his arms around her, pressing her to his chest, tightly, tenderly, and whispered, "Thank you for telling me. Thank you for carrying our child, and thank you for not walking away from me when you had every reason to." Maria's body trembled against him as she buried her face in his chest, the pressure in her heart finally breaking. She was no longer carrying this alone. Noah turned to his parents, still holding her. "I know this is a surprise, but this woman is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm going to take care of her and our child with everything I've got." Evelyn, silent for a moment, stood slowly. She crossed the room and, without a word, pulled Maria into a soft, warm embrace. "You're family now," she whispered. Later that night, as Noah and Maria stood on the Ellisons' back patio, watching the stars shimmer over the manicured gardens, she leaned into him, still dazed by the whirlwind of the night. "You really meant everything you said in there?" she asked. He turned, lifting her chin with his fingers, his eyes full of quiet fire. "Maria Steele, I'm in love with you. I don't care what comes next. All I care about is that we face it together." And for the first time since she learned she was pregnant, Maria didn't feel afraid of the future. She felt ready for it. Spring bloomed softly across Miami. Maria's bump had grown beautifully, her curves glowing with motherhood and peace. But during her latest checkup, she and Noah were met with a surprise neither of them had expected. Twins. Noah's eyes had widened as the doctor confirmed it with a grin and showed them the screen. 2 strong heartbeats pulsing side by side. Maria laughed through happy tears, squeezing Noah's hand. "You always said we were a team," she whispered. "Now we're about to have one of our own." He kissed her forehead and whispered, "Double the love. Double the miracles." They spent the next few weeks preparing for their outdoor wedding in the Ellison garden, planning a home nursery for 2, and finally getting used to the idea of being more than just survivors of their past. But just when it felt like everything had fallen into place, Jamal reappeared. It started with a message on Maria's phone, then a knock at her office door the next day. She stepped into the parking lot to find Jamal leaning against her car, the same swagger in his posture, but now layered with bitterness. "I heard you're pregnant," he said. She narrowed her eyes. "It's none of your business." He smirked. "Oh, but see, it might be. People talk, and all I have to do is say, 'I'm the father.' That'd be messy for Mr. CEO, wouldn't it?" Her heart pounded. "What do you want?" "Money," he said simply. "Just enough to disappear. You give me a check, I walk away, and I keep my mouth shut." Maria stared at him, disgust rising in her throat. "You abandoned me. You shoved me. You left me the night I told you I was pregnant. You don't get to claim a family you never wanted." But Jamal leaned in, smug. "Doesn't matter what I wanted. All that matters is what the media will believe if I start talking." She didn't tell Noah immediately. She didn't want to ruin the week of their wedding. But he noticed her silence, her restless nights, the way she flinched when her phone buzzed. And finally, under a pale pink sunset in the garden, he gently asked, "Maria, what are you afraid to tell me?" Her voice cracked as she told him about Jamal's threats. To her surprise, Noah didn't shout. He didn't panic. He simply pulled her into his arms and said, "We'll handle it together, and he will never get near our family again." The next day, Noah met with the Ellison family's legal team. Within 48 hours, Jamal was served a cease and desist letter, along with evidence that discredited his claims, including time-stamped ultrasounds and security footage from the day he walked out. It was over, for good. And as the wedding day approached, Maria could finally exhale. The garden was transformed into a haven of love. Soft white roses spilled across the trellises. Delicate lace and golden string lights stretched over the aisle like whispers from heaven. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves as guests gathered among the blossoms. Maria walked the aisle on her father's arm, glowing in a custom off-the-shoulder gown, her baby bump nestled gracefully beneath silk and tulle. Her curls were pinned to the side with white gardenias, her veil flowing like a breath of light. At the altar, Noah waited in a dove-gray tuxedo, eyes misted, heart full. As she reached him, he mouthed, "You're everything." Their vows were simple, but soul-deep. Noah promised to never let her carry anything alone again. Maria vowed to love him with the part of her heart she once thought was too damaged to ever trust again. They kissed to the sound of cheers, petals falling around them like blessings. That evening, under a golden sky, they danced barefoot beneath fairy lights. Maria rested her head on Noah's chest, her hands cradling their twins. "I never thought I'd be this happy," she whispered. Noah kissed the top of her head. "Happiness was always waiting for you. It just needed you to walk away from the storm." 9 weeks later, in a peaceful Miami hospital room, Maria gave birth to 2 perfect, healthy babies, a boy and a girl. They named them Ari and Grace. Tiny, beautiful, miracles in every sense. As Maria cradled them, Noah sat beside her, his eyes filled with tears. "You built this," he whispered. "From the ashes of everything that tried to break you, you built a life." Maria smiled, exhausted, but full. "No," she said softly, "we built this." And in that quiet room, filled with love, new life, and the promise of forever, Maria's story didn't just continue. It finally began. The end. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. Become a part of our journey to 1,000 subscribers. See you in the next one, and remember, love is free.